is Alan Say, and I wanted to share with you all a personal experience of my time at CI, also known as Christmas Institute. I believe CI has taught me the importance of being integrated in terms of having faith in Jesus and in God. And I realized the importance of having a strong support system, whether that's through daily life or even through a church congregation or even, let's say, friendship. I think that at times as people we can be isolated, kind of just in our own little box. And I think that CI experience has truly taught me the importance of having a support group and in having people with me, such as friendship, to be able to share the same experiences together. But I also wanted to share with you all about a personal experience that happened to me. So for me, a lot of people don't know this, but I've had a fear of public speaking, and it's something that I haven't really come to terms with, I guess you could say. It's something that I tried to avoid for a very long time, and I would avoid it by either trying not to raise my hand in class or trying not to stand up and draw attention towards me. So that was a way that I tried to avoid public speaking. However, I think the experience of open mic night at CI, I saw everyone speaking, right? And they were getting up there to speak and to share their stories. And I thought, wow, those people are so brave for speaking up there. And I thought, well, I can't do that. That can't be me. I've had this fear for such a long time, and I've never been able to face it. So I felt like, well, maybe I can just avoid it this time and not have to do it. The issue is I was sitting with people like William and like with Quan, whom you just heard his testimony. And these two people had already gone up and they presented, and I was sitting in their corner. So it was sort of like, well, at that point I didn't really have a choice, because if I didn't present, I would feel like the odd person out, So therefore I had to pretty much share my story of facing my fear of public speaking, not necessarily focusing on saying something eloquent or something extravagant, but just focusing on something simple, And I always reflect on one of the sermons that I heard when the pastor said, which is that a prayer can be something that is simple, and I think that applies to, let's say, giving a speech, or also life in general, in that at times we can take actions that make our life more difficult or more tedious. But the Bible teaches that there are steps that we can take to simplify and make our lives more simple. And with that, I wanted to draw your attention towards some of the notes that I wrote down. So one of the highlights that I wrote down from CI was that you cannot be a bearer of good fruit or abundance without Jesus. And I think what that means is that, similar to a tree that grows fruit, if it doesn't have nutrients or sustenance, it can provide fruit, but the fruit won't be as of good quality, if that makes sense. And I wrote down the importance of faithfulness. I think a lot of people don't know what faithfulness means, but according to here, the definition is that faithfulness means to be better, to live better, and to love better. And I also wrote down some Bible verses, such as John 14:6, which says, I am the way and the truth and the life, and that no one comes to the Father except through me. And I think that is important because it teaches us that Jesus or God, for example, is an important aspect of our lives, and that without him, it's almost as if we are unable to have a sort of deeper, more meaningful connection in our lives. And I also want to share something else that I wrote down as well, which is John 15. So John 15 starts with, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit he prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful. So in that sense, I think it applies to our daily lives in that as people, we require Jesus or God as a way to, I want to say, take care of us. I think that as people, when we are young, we are essentially taken care of by those that are older than us. And then as we get older, I think having Jesus in our lives is sort of like that comfort for us.
Amen.
Amen. And then I also wanted to highlight one last thing that I wrote down, which is that the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. And against such things there is no law. And that is by Galatians.